I believe we have several players from different type of travel, and I'm pretty sure some of these guys are going to be the market leader in the next 2-3 years. We have Serge and David that represent two company focused on hotels. Serge on the entrepreneurial side, David as investor. We have Fabio that is my partner from the European company. Bravofly is a company selling roughly this year 2 million tickets, and he's a country manager from France. We have Alex that is and Alex and Mikhail that are approaching the market in a less unconventional way, trying to selling travel packages more and maybe search by interest. I will start talking about the hotel topic. It is quite hot. So, Serge and David, how do you see the market? How do you think you can compete with the big European player, US player? So basically Booking.com and Expedia hotels.
Is this working?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. We feel, well, first of all, one thing that's important to know for everyone in the audience is online travel is the largest e-commerce industry in the world. The largest e-commerce industry in the world. More than 40% of all money that's spent online in the world is spent on online travel. For us, and one thing that you notice is that in all of the developing markets like China, India, Brazil, Russia, well, Russia is still very early in that curve, the local players win. The local players beat global companies because they are better at local marketing, at local supply development, at local fulfillment, and a number of other things. And one other thing that you notice here is that this is a winner-takes-all market. In each, for example, in China, the number one company is worth $8-9 billion. The number two company is worth $400 million.
So you don't believe there is space for several players in the same sphere. So there is going to be one hotel player. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, there's likely to be only one winner, one big winner in this market. For us, we focused on building the best team. We've taken almost all of our hotel team from Booking.com, which is the global leader in this area. So this former CEO of Booking.com in Russia and the CIS, he now leads our supply acquisition. We have much better engineers than them. We have a large number of people from Yandex that have joined us and are building out our products. And we actually know that our products are in many respects superior to them. And then we have very good local marketing, very good understanding of how to make Russians buy our products online. And right now we're growing much faster than Booking.com grew at the beginning when they have entered this market.
But a user coming to Ok2Go or to Ostrovok will find only Russian hotel or also like all the rest of the world hotel?
So one comment on the US players. So Expedia, Booking are in Russia, but like many other e-commerce players like eBay tried, Amazon doesn't really understand. I mean, the Russian market, they come with a standard approach when they expand internationally. And what Booking.com basically did was they just got to the low-hanging fruits, and somehow they have to understand, or they cannot actually deploy further because addressing the Russian market means also building and contributing to building the infrastructure. So actually what companies like OK2Go does, but Ostrovok definitely also, we are building the whole hotel infrastructure. So actually at OK2Go, the objective at the moment is really to build the biggest database of Russian hotels, which they have already. We are heading to 3,000 hotels. You have to know that if you take Expedia, Booking, and some Russian players like Academy Service, they have about 1,100 hotels. In total, there are 8,000 hotels in Russia. There are about 1,500 hotels in Ukraine. So there is a massive opportunity to bring hotels online.
So Fabio brought basically France from zero to more than 50 million euro revenue per month in France. And I would like to understand how it's gonna everything link together. So if you're gonna be the guys for the hotel and Bravoavia or some other companies, the guys for the flight, what do you see the relation between the two things? They're gonna collaborate, or you think you're gonna try to overbeat each other and become one provider solution?
Well, I think these are different parts of the market, and if you look at global markets, there are strong players in air, there are strong players in hotels, so there probably will be someone stronger in air, someone stronger in hotels, but within those markets, like we think that the hotel market in the former Soviet Union will be dominated by one company only, and the air market, I just don't know enough about. I just don't know enough about the air market to really say whether there are economies of scale like that. But for hotels, for example, it's difficult to sign relationships with thousands of small hotels all around the country, and that's why for us we see that it's something where you need tens, if not hundreds of people going around and signing those relationships and maintaining those relationships. And the more sales you deliver to those hotels, the better prices they give you that you can give to your consumers. So there's a cycle here, and there's a winner-takes-all market, just as it has been in other areas.
I just want to add one thing, that many foreign people, when they look at the Russian markets, they first think about what guys are discussing here. It's air and hotels. And this is the thing that is globally works this way. So it's air market and hotel market mostly, and then cars a little bit, and then everything else is small and insignificant. But Russian and Ukrainian market is very different from all other world, because our biggest market in travel in Russia is about more than $30 billion. We don't know exact numbers because there are different estimates. It's about $30 billion, but out of this $30 billion, $10 billion or more is packages. Packages created by Russian and Ukrainian tour operators. And people in Russia, in Ukraine, they weren't able to travel, let's say, abroad before the Soviet Union collapsed. So people mostly don't know foreign languages. We need visas for most cool countries around, and that's why absolute majority of people, when they travel abroad, they prefer to buy a package with flight and hotel and insurance and everything included. So it's a $10 billion market in Russia, about $2 billion market in Ukraine, if I recall right. And it's a very high margin, very interesting market.
Okay. Can I add something to that?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, I want to add that Russia is not really unique in that. There are other markets that operate exactly like that. When we started with Travelata, doing travel packages, we looked at the markets like Israel and Germany, where travelers have similar travel behaviors. Even though in Israel and Germany, there are no problems with visa and languages. In Israel, 95% of people speak English fluently, but they still prefer traveling with packages. It's something about mentality. So the Russian travelers are significantly different from US, where travelers are more individual travelers. They prefer to just hop on into their car or just buy a flight ticket and get a hotel, because everything is very similar wherever you go. And German and Israelis are different, and Russians are more like them.
Can you name a single successful global company that sells package tours? Because in China they really like package tours as well, but all the successful players online do not sell them.
Yeah, there is one, Expedia. If you look at the Expedia in European markets, they actually focus on packages much more than in US.
I want to add to that in Germany, for example, the market, it's still packages, they're big, but not like dominating everything like in Russia. So it's a big market. But they also have a very big tour operators who dominating the market. They have just 2 or 3 major players, and they do sell packages online. of course, their own packages. But in Russia, the situation and Ukraine situation is different because the tour operator market is very fragmented. We have top 50 tour operators who take probably... Oh?
I think it can. Yeah. I think we can keep. I don't think I'm over. Someone
Somebody didn't like what you were saying.
yeah, we can keep going.
Is it working?
Is it going?
Yeah, it works.
Okay, we don't need the screen.
In Russia, and we have like 50 tour operators who sell for like $6 billion, and then we have...
Let me interrupt you. So what do you guys think is going to be the market in Russia in terms of player in next 3-4 years? Like, who is going to be like, there is going to be like one big player for hotel, one big player for flight, one big player for travel packages, or what do you think it's going to be?
But I would say that this is more or less also the context and the challenge that Bravofly is undertaking in Italy and in France. As I do agree, the Flyx is a core product and it needs technology, or the hotel part, it needs a lot of efforts, a lot of technology. In order then to answer the request from the market, it is about creating a package. I see this that is more a combination, a partnership between the different core products, because of it's going to be quite difficult to replicate or to find the same place, or actually you won't have the offer. We saw this, especially in Italy. You can have tour operators that are fragmented. This was also the case of the Italian market. Or you can strive to create at the same time your product value on Flyx and your product value on hotel, but actually finding the best collaboration between the top players. This is the solution that I see particularly for these kind of markets. And we open up, along with Teodoro, also this experiment on Bravoavia that is quite reflecting this characteristic of the market.
I think the different segments in Russia are pretty segmented. So I agree that there is no single player that is addressing the package tours, the hotel industry and the ticketing. You have major players in the ticketing area, so they are also selling some hotel, but in a very minor position, like up to 2 or 3% compared to the GMV that is really created out of the ticketing business, and vice versa. I mean, in the hotel offering, we are providing also air tickets, but it's like a convenience for people booking hotels. If, by the way, they want also to add
you are
a ticket,
we can be friends.
Sorry,
we can be friends in somehow.
I guess so.
Serge, you agree or?
Sorry?
You agree on this?
On selling hotels, selling flights as well?
Yeah, on the mix of the product.
I mean, for us, we see that to do a really good product, you have to be doing just one thing only. Mm-hmm. Because if you do two things, you're already dispersing your attention. And you cannot, as a small team, as a startup, for us, we just focus on one thing, which is a really great hotel product. And we anticipate we'll remain doing that for the foreseeable future.
Before you were telling me, so you raised 30 million already, right?
Yeah.
And before you were mentioning me you're closing another big round, or we want to close another big round?
Yeah, I mean, for us, we see it as a very big market, and we see that we can do many
You were talking about 80 million, right?
We're talking about $50 to $100 million. So, which...
for what you need so much money?
To compete with the global players, and because we see it as a large market, we see us as having the ability to build a really good technical product and to build up a very good database of directly connected Russian hotels. So we have a large team of people that are going around the entire country signing new hotel relationships, and that's capital intensive. And we're also in this for the long haul. So we've our team have done other things before that were successful, and we're not interested in building this into a couple $100 million business. If we have, if through that door now walks in a guy and says, "Sell me your business for $300 million," I will not pay any attention to him. So it's just we're looking to go big.
David, what is your point of view? Do you agree that so much money are required to build such infrastructure, or?
So we don't believe that the market requires 50 or 100 million funding to be a number one. Of course, it's a capital-intensive business for the reason that Serge announced. You need to build call centers. You need to send a sales team all around the country to sign up hotels. But the market is also set up in such a way that you may be doing a number of distribution deals that are more I would say, efficient in terms of capital use. So this is more our belief on the market. But it's true that it's not with 5 million or 10 million funding that you can build that, a great company. And certainly, when at the end of the day, the market, so the potential is certainly to go to up to 1 billion GMV or hotel bookings. That's the objective. I mean, that should be the objective of a potential leader. You need cash. Now, is it 50 million? Is it 20, 25? I mean, the story will tell it. But at first sight, it may look like a very large amount of money at this stage.
So I believe that right now, and I heard probably estimate from Marina, from Octogo, that current hotel booking in Russia, independent and not done through tour operators or through agencies, is 150, right? Something around this number, $150 million. So it's definitely a market to emerge, in Russia. But currently it's not there yet, and I don't know. I mean, it's just $150 million now, and you can take margin of $20 million if you take 100% of the market, which is difficult. I'm sure that the guys here, they would definitely take a lot of this market, but currently it's difficult to compete for them. Should be difficult to compete with Booking.com, Hotels.com, who are already there, who have a lot of offers for Russia in Russian language and anything. So I don't know, about $50 million maybe.
So you are more looking into a niche rather than being a huge company, you are more looking into a niche market rather than building a huge company as Sergey want to do, or?
No, we are working for $10 billion market of packages. It's already there. People are already buying. And it's the packages distribution, it's total crap now. I mean, it's small agencies. It's very difficult to buy. You can pay with credit cards. And it's ready. It's very ripe to go online. And it's huge. And hotel market is a cool market in the future. But it's not there yet. It's not yet in Russia. It's like $150 million now. So.
Alex?
I think what Mikhail is trying to say that for Russia is hotel booking is actually a niche market. Here you need to work on packages because that's what people want. That's what they used to.
We'll discuss this in 5 years. We'll remember this conversation.
But we'll discuss it in 1 year.
We can start discussing it now and continue discussing
it. Not in 5. That's the point.
That's fine.
So I think if a company wants to be a top player, one of the, top 3 players, so number 1, they will have to diversify and go beyond hotels and do other stuff.
And air is a cool market. I mean, it's a big market, but there are no margins in the air market. So you can show a lot of traffic and a lot of sales, but globally this market is not profitable. And in Russia, it's not going to be profitable in a couple of years.
Spend a couple of words about it.
Yeah, no, I think that at the end it's true, and this is also the direction that we are trying to that we already set up in Europe, and we are bringing also to Eastern Europe. We have to create value out of just the flights product. And they say also what we notice is that travelers are, especially this year, they moved from tour operators packages to these dynamic packages. We're able to offer the best product, that is the low-cost flights that require technology. I do agree. We can be specialized in one thing. But out of this best technology, best product, we can create combination with low-cost flights that is much cheaper than charter flights. So this is the direction that creating value in the market is gonna also is gonna be definitely productive here also.
So same happens in Europe. That's what you're saying.
Same happens in Europe.
Yeah.
Well, I guess our time is over, and so do we have any question from the public? One guy over there. Can someone bring him a microphone?
Thank you all for providing us with an insight in travel industry. But what interests me the most is what is the future? Do you think there are going to be some changes in the industry or some innovations? So a couple of words about that. Can everybody of you just tell us a bit about that?
Well, I think there's a lot of innovation happening in things like data analysis, in things that essentially match the demand to the supply better. So there's a lot of innovation there in that we're doing, for example, just because we have really good engineers. So basically, the key to innovation in this industry is to have very, very good talent. And in Russia, we're able to hire that, whereas Expedia over in the US, they're based in Seattle competing against Microsoft and Amazon for engineers. So they're just not getting people that are as good. And as a result, we're doing a lot of new things in terms of analyzing the user behavior, in terms of constantly modifying the product to match user requests more. I think that's where the innovation is coming from, because most of the business models, most of the basic business models are already figured out. And by the way, if you're a software engineer, we are hiring in Moscow very, very aggressively.
That's way too much.
Come work with a lot of engineers from Yandex and learn how to start your own company.
I believe I'm kind of going to sound old-fashioned here, but I believe that in order to build a great business in this area, like probably in any other area, you have to provide your customers better deals. And most businesses like Travelocity a while ago in the United States and Priceline and Orbitz, they were built on providing better value, better prices actually to your customers. So when you excel at technical things and bells and whistles, it's cool, it's a cool thing. But you have to give better prices in order to be competitive with like Booking.com, for example, in Russia. You have to provide prices better than Booking.com in Russia, and so.
What we see in the industry again, the business model are pretty much aligned and established now. You may have like micro or niche innovation on a business model point of view, but these will be addressing niche business. What we see though is that most of the larger players, the traditional travel websites, are going beyond their traditional domain. So we see the search, typical search, inspirational, going to bookings. Those are typically did bookings trying to improve their search. It's pretty much then connected to product, to increasing conversions and making, the search, or the user experience much better. And then obviously we see also conversions between mobile and desktop, but at Mangrove we don't see emerging a pure mobile play in travel. It's just an extension of the user experience on the mobile, like a device, and enabling a user to search for information or to post some reviews where, when, and when he decides it, and whatever the device is using, whether it's a desktop, a tablet, a mobile phone, etc.
Thank you, guys. I think we are over time already.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Esther is...
I'm asking this question not as a business investor, but as a customer. The big innovation in airline bookings, from my perspective, was that you can choose the seat online. Now, I know the real-time issues around hotel rooms are very tricky, but I'm curious whether you see that ever happening. When does this business become real-time rather than everything is either booked way in advance or decided at the front desk when you look at the girl and smile?
Well, that's a big problem with tour packages, is because, you know, for hotels, our booking is in real time. We are integrated with the systems of the hotels, so they have a product of ours at the point of sale, and when something is getting booked, then it's instantly confirmed. This is the biggest problem with package tours, because you need to integrate with a bunch of tour operators that are very badly done in terms of their technology, and I don't know, you guys, I have no idea how you're going to do that.
Yeah, I'd like to address that. Actually, we see three main areas of innovation, and for tour packages, one of those areas which are the most important is the IT platforms, which are developing actually these days. There are companies that provide IT solutions to dynamic packaging and all other kind of packaging, who create technology for integrating various numerous providers for packages and hotels and etc. But there are other two main innovation drivers. One of the user experience. These days people, I call them passive active. They want to manage active life and do stuff, but they don't have the time and the energy to do anything about it. They want be fed with a spoon, like with ideas and with stuff. So search by interest and preferences is very important. I think this is one thing, and I would probably stop with that.
And to answer directly the question about hotel rooms, you can check on our website right now. We sell like Swiss hotel in Moscow, and we sell it for like $200 per room right now, because we operate on a flash sale model. And you won't find this price anywhere else. The lowest price you can find on any website is going to be like $400, and we sell at $200. So then you're probably not our customer, but our customers are looking for the best deals.
So in
they're
the future,
finding the best deals. I can pay $100 to anybody if you find price cheaper than our price on a hotel, like we have currently on the website. Anywhere on open websites in the internet.
So we have one last question that we are really asking. Well, more than one, but we go only for one. Wait.
Oh, okay. What do you think 3.0 will offer that current technologies are not offering? When it will happen? For example, if you look at 3G versus 4G in telecommunication, there is no really big difference. What this difference will be for the web sites, and what people will get from 3.0?
Well, again, this is a business that's not about some sort of secret sauce and technology. It's a business.
This is not related to travel. It's in general.
Oh, I'm not qualified to answer that.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get the question, by the way. Did you guys hear?
I didn't hear the question.
Can you repeat the question?
What do you think Web 3.0 will offer what current Web 2.0 are not offering? Like when this cutting line will be that analysts will say, okay, now we are at the next stage of web-based technologies.
Mobile?
Well, David, you feel like
I don't exactly understand the question. I'm sorry for that. Maybe we can take it separately.
If you're talking about technology, if I understand it correctly, so there are many, well, if you look at the Western markets, you see many companies that provide, I would say, ecosystem for the travel that make more purchases, like mobile apps that make people more global and get information more easily, and review sites and stuff like this.
Well, also another thing that I think there's still space in all the part of online travel, because of so far we've been pretty good in focusing on unmanaged business travelers, someone who knew where to go. But all the part of leisure part, someone that needs to be inspired, it's against some business models, some online business models today. And this is totally a place for upcomers, for technology champions to come. This is true in Eastern Europe, it's true in Western Europe. It's definitely a possibility.
Okay, we really have to stop now. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.